Hello, hello, hello. This is Coach Victor, finding your 40. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. We're gonna continue on. We talked yesterday about starting the as a man thinketh. So today we're gonna begin that. We're gonna begin chapter 1 of that particular section, and so we'll read a couple of paragraphs, and then we'll do a little bit of teaching on it. And so here we go. And so, thank you. First of all, thank God for like, sharing, and subscribe to the videos, and for continuing to allow me to grow into this role, but also continuing to follow along and grow with me as we continue to go higher. We continue to ascend and attain all the things we desire, all the things we hope for. And so now we're gonna work on our mindset and thinking right thoughts, and continuing to understand how the thought process actually affects and effects our life on a daily basis. And so here we go. So starting on page 5, it says, "Man is a growth by law and not a creation by artifice, and its cause and effect is as absolute and undeviating in the hidden realm of thought as it is in the world of visible and material things. A noble and godlike character is not a thing of favor or chance, but it is a natural result of continued effort and right thinking. The effect of long cherished association with godlike thoughts and ignoble and bestial character is by the same process is the result of a continued harboring of groveling thoughts." And so what this is saying is the more we think right thoughts, the more we allow our brain to process things in the proper manner, the more we become like what God has created us to be. God or source or whatever you want to call him has created us to be. The more our inner man aligns and lines up with the spirit man, and we begin to develop more and more characteristics that become more and more like God. And then when we thinking negative or bad thoughts, and we become more and more our character develop more and more and become less like God, and more like the commonplace man or commonplace world. And Jesus says in the Bible, in this world you will have problems, but I overcome the world. And so when we begin to understand how we allow our mindset to be controlled by positive vibrations, positive thoughts, and godlike character, we become more and more the more and more developed, because of the right thinking. We begin to understand more and more of who we are and what we're put here to do, and what our mandate is, what our talents are, what our gifts are, and we begin to express those things in a way that we wouldn't ordinarily express them if we're not truly in touch with our inner man. Man is made or unmade by himself. In the armory of thought, he forges the weapons by which he destroys himself. He also fashions the tools by which he builds for himself heavenly mansions of joy and strength and peace. By the right choice and true application of thought, man ascends to divine perfection. By the abuse or wrong application of thought, he descends below the level of the beast. Between these two extremes are all the grades of character, and man is their maker and master. And this is such a powerful alliteration. It gives you a very, very great picture. And when you think about this from a standpoint of your thought building your mansion, or from your thought being a like a saw or a axe, if you were cutting down your tree, or destroying, being like a forest fire, for instance, destroying everything that you're trying to put your hand to, you put your thought to, your mind either builds it or destroys it. And a beautiful picture of that is here where I live. You see all these huge cranes everywhere because they're building these tall structures, and the structure can only go as tall as the crane will allow it to build. And so think of it from a standpoint of your mind being a crane, and the structure being your life. And so as your life continues to ascend or be built, the more your crane must operate and elevate to higher levels, so you can continue to build your life to higher levels. And if your crane is not working properly, or if it's malfunctioning, then you'll be limited in the amount or the ability to be able to build your structure. And so it's very, very important for you to understand that our thought and our thought process, our minds and our mindset control every part of our being, and eventually become our actions. Man, this is so good. This is so good. Of all the beautiful truths pertaining to the soul, which have been restored and brought to light in this age, none is more gladdening or fruitful or divine promise and confidence than this: that man is the master of thought, the molder of character, and the maker and shaper of condition environment, and destiny. And so when you think about it from a standpoint of this, think about it like this: everything that you need, everything you desire to be, everything that you aspire to achieve, starts with how you allow your mindset to be built. You know, when you build in your mindset, the thought process you're using, because we talk about it before, about your thoughts becoming actions and actions becoming results. You know, and so what happens is the more you allow your thoughts to be elevated, the more you're thinking on a positive level and being able to overcome difficult challenges in your mind. The more you build resiliency to situations and circumstances and begin to think past the problem to the solution, and every problem becomes an opportunity for you to elevate your life, for you to achieve something more than you achieved before, just because you're thinking right thoughts, just because you're understanding through your character exactly who you are and what you're supposed to be. And the more you grow and elevate these thoughts, the more divine you become, the more like God you become. Remember in the Bible, Abraham, in oh man, so good. In Romans chapter 4, it talks about how Abraham trusted God beyond trusting his own body, because he says that God calls those things that be not as though they already are. And so even in when you look at the circumstances that might be adverse to the condition you're desiring, you must understand that if you're thinking right thoughts, if your mindset is right, if your character lines up with your mindset, then you're going to elevate your situation to what it's supposed to be according to the Word of God that God has spoken to you, or source has spoken to you, or according to what you're meant to be is supposed to be. This is such a beautiful thing for us to understand that when we can control how our mind works, and we can begin to elevate our thought process, then we can begin to understand more and more what we're supposed to be. We continue, no matter what the situations might be that might be adverse to us, we're still able to elevate over the situation and overcome every circumstance, and begin to still walk in the light of our destiny. And so this is why we have to understand that of this. It says, of all the beautiful truths pertaining to the soul, which has been restored and brought to light in this age, none is more gladdening and fruitful of divine promise and confidence than this: man is the master of thought, the molder of character, and the maker and shaper of condition, environment, and destiny. Everything that you need, everything you desire, everything around you is shaped by your thoughts, your thought process, your mindset, and whether or not you're willing to work out situations that are adverse to your condition or your belief. And it happens only because you can think right thoughts, and because you can elevate above what the environment is saying or the condition is saying it should be. So this is Coach Vic, this Finding a Footing. We have just started at the very beginning of As a Man Thinketh, and we're going to continue through this until we get to the end, because I really want us to achieve everything we're supposed to achieve, and we're going to excel in every area of our life, and we're going to walk in the spirit of excellence in all that we're doing. So God bless you. Have a good day today. Talk to you later. Bye.